Hello everybody and welcome to my Star Trek Online series, where I will be playing every faction from Star Trek Online, so you don't have to. A lot of people hate this game, and for good reason, but I am not one of those people. I love this game, and I really don't mind all the glitching and loading. I'm making this series for the people who like the lore and all the stories, but don't actually want to play the game. All you lazy little babies out there who don't like a little bit of loading. And obviously, I thought I should start with the TOS era. Those old scientists. And if you haven't already, go watch my latest Star Trek games video, just so you understand what's going on. We're a brand new Starfleet officer in the year 2270, facing a crisis that spans across time and space. Ooh, we're getting Doctor Who up in here. Are we getting that crossover yet?
We gotta visit them one day.
Teaser for what? Teaser for what?
And for the main character, you can only choose one of the main founding species of the Federation. Human, Andorian, Tellarite, or Vulcan. And with all the pausing and loading this game had while creating my character, it only took me 14 minutes. Honestly, you guys are just impatient babies.
Space babies!
I wanted to be a little different, so I chose Andorian because Starfleet seems like a humans-only club and you never really see an alien in the captain's chair. Meet Benji Matty Terryson. He is a tactical officer who grew up in Canada on Earth instead of Andoria.
Bit snowy.
Same thing, to be honest. You can tell I've played this game so many times that it literally asks me if I want to skip the tutorial, but not for this video. There's the tutorial, and then you go on to the regular episode, Agents of Yesterday. This storyline was created to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Star Trek the Original Series, featuring classic storylines, locations, characters, and era-appropriate starships. And personally, I really love starting with this mode. So let's just jump into it.
Captain's log, stardate 6147.4. We're orbiting planet Taurus 2 in the Murasaki 312 Nebula. Our orders: investigate the disappearance of a science vessel in this area. Search and rescue operations are about to commence.
Holy shit, we're on the bridge! This isn't the bridge of the Enterprise, this is actually the bridge of the USS Parthian, NCC 1500. It's a Pioneer-class utility cruiser, and it's pretty much a one-to-one recreation of the Enterprise bridge, just some things are tweaked here and there.
Lieutenant, we've located the wreckage of a crashed ship down there. I need to get boots on the ground, find out what's going on. Take a landing party down to the surface, assess the situation, and look for survivors. Not so fast. Can't use the transporters due to atmospheric interference. We'll need to take a shuttlecraft down. Use the sensors to locate a safe landing site.
Yes, Captain. We knew that from the last time Starfleet was here. Which is when Spock almost died. And going down the turbolift towards the armory, we meet Ensign Tarsi, a fellow Andorian.
Ensign Tarsi, reporting for duty.
And on our way to the armory, we pass a murder that just happened in the hallway of my ship and no one is doing anything about it. And you see the murderer just walk away. Security? We have to do some target practice now, shooting various targets until Tarsi yells at you to move on. And you're completely able to walk around the ship's lower deck, too. It's pretty cool. I know, it's not the actual Enterprise, but if it were filmed back then, they would have definitely reused the Enterprise sets. And when we finally get to the shuttle bay, we meet Ensign Mears. You know, the most important character from the Galileo 7 episode.
It's got a little bump on the head.
I was one of the so-called Galileo 7, a science team sent to study the Murasaki effect. Our shuttle crashed on Taurus 2. Not all of us made it back to the Enterprise alive.
It is nice to see lesser-known characters get the spotlight for once, and we are going to see a lot of that in this game. And we're finally on our way down to the surface to Taurus 2. Yeah, if you don't remember Taurus 2... yeah, that.
It's just as grim as I remember it here. My skin is crawling.
Why'd you come with us then? We literally walk a couple feet, immediately finding the crashed ship and the survivors. Wow, that really took less than 5 minutes, huh? Alright, mission accomplished. Let's get the fuck out of here before something...
Florence! Look out!
That happens. As we're running the fuck away from these humongous-ass creatures, we find more survivors of the crash, and conveniently find a crate full of phasers. So now everyone can defend themselves.
We should show the survivors how to shoot them. I'll set up some targets while you get ready.
A phaser? I've never shot one of these before.
Well, it's easy. You point this end at the other guy. But if it makes you feel any better, have the dinky one. After having to teach these Starfleet scientists how to shoot a phaser...
Wait, you want me to shoot this?
The Taureans attack again. And I guess the lessons on phasers worked so well on these apprehensive survivors because they just charged right at the Taureans' legs. We take cover in the functioning shuttle bay of the crashed ship, gathering the rest of the survivors in the process. Tarsi? What are you shooting at there? There's nothing there. It's a wall.
Shut the doors! They're right behind us!
Are they?
Okay. Last time I was here, Commander Scott, electrified the hull of our shuttle. That drove the Taureans off when they tried to break in. Think we can pull something like that off here?
But we're not out of the woods yet because the Taureans kidnapped 2 of our officers, so we have to go save their asses.
I was thinking, we can use our tricorders to track residual heat signatures left by the Taurians.
Or we can just follow the huge footprints in the ground leading directly to the cave. And when we get to the cave, we have to do a boss battle with the Chief Taurean, and it's almost impossible to dodge the boulders he throws at you. It just goes straight through any wall and hits you every time. But since it's the first boss, it's really not hard at all. And after rescuing the 2 officers from being the Taureans' lunch, we walk out of the cave to find the area swarming with Klingons. Yeah, but the Klingons are no match for us because we just massacred them.
Hey, is that a Klingon pad? Bring it to me. I have some experience decrypting Klingon data. My little sister's diary was harder to decrypt. Sure, Klingons are good at fighting, but computers aren't exactly their strong suit.
Captain Core, your plan has worked perfectly, sir. Many ships have fallen into our trap. We've snared a few merchant ships and a Starfleet science vessel so far.
Looks like the Klingons are using both guile and brute force here, Lieutenant.
And we come to find out that it was the Klingons behind the crashed ship the whole time, and they plan on taking us out too. Huh. Never would have figured. And when we make it back to the ship...
We have some uninvited guests, Lieutenant. We've been boarded. The Klingons have breached the hull on the engineering deck and blocked our access. Since I can't send security in, I need you to secure the deck.
So while Tarsi and Mears deal with the Klingons in the halls, we need to clear out all the science labs, the armory, and main engineering. So after doing some pest control, we get the main systems back online.
Federation starship, this is Captain Core. Surrender if you must, but I'd rather you fight with honor.
If by fight with honor you mean button mashing, then yes! And now we take the helm, finally in control of our ship. So yeah, now it's time to destroy some shit.
Sensors are picking up Klingon power signatures in 2 nearby satellites. I'm thinking they're broadcasting the distress signals that lured in our ships. Bring us in close so we can scan them. Science report coming in now. Satellites are using a triaxulating signal. It's strong enough to cut through the interference and reach ships outside the nebula. Clever. Almost a shame we have to blow them up, isn't it?
Use your torpedo to attack enemies who are not shielded. Will indicate if you are...
And one of those ships is being attacked, a Tellarite freighter that we now have to save.
Thanks for everything. Your head! Decorate my bridge!
How are you gonna do that if you blow my ship up, dickhead?
4 Klingon ships detected on long-range sensors, sir.
We destroy most of the Klingon ships before the Enterprise arrives.
This is the USS Enterprise. Acknowledge, please.
So, the cub comes to fight beside the wolf. And now you will die with him as well.
When have any of your plans actually worked? What do you do successfully? Quickly.
This isn't over, Kirk. I will avenge myself upon you and your lackey.
Thank you for your assistance.
And finally finishing with the Klingons, we get to go home. We're ordered to beam into Earth's space dock and... That is Earth's space dock? That is the dinkiest space station I've ever seen. Even K7 looks better.
Captain Garrett wants to see you in his office, Lieutenant. But he says to feel free to mingle with the other officers first. I'd take him up on that if I were you. I mean, how often do you get the chance to meet the crew of the Enterprise? The best of the best.
If you're going into the Lion's Den, you'll need a medical officer.
We were in Starfleet Academy together.
Lieutenant Uhura of the Starship Enterprise.
May the great bird of the galaxy bless your planet.
The voices don't sound great, but it's doable since they're not around very much. I mean, except Scotty, but he becomes the main character and has a new voice actor.
I heard you ran into the local wildlife on Taurus too. Right unfriendly devils, aren't they? I won't be forgetting those gigantic spears anytime soon. Look me up sometime. We'll have a drink and share some caveman tales.
But when we meet with Admiral Garrett, we're greeted to new recorded lines of Spock, voiced by the legend himself, Leonard Nimoy, giving us a well-needed pep talk.
Thanks for coming. I have some good news to share. First off, Fleet promoted me to Admiral. I'll be working with Deep Space Command on several exploration initiatives there. Our ship's going to need a new captain. I've talked it over with Command, and they agree with my recommendation. You. Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Every generation, Starfleet officers hear the call of duty. Hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict. But there are many who oppose peace. If the Federation is to be saved from chaos, new officers will need to take up the task of restoring peace. Live long and prosper, Lieutenant.
Next time on Star Trek Online, now we have to explore Earth's space butt plug and acquire some things for our space adventure. Oh great, the Gorn are attacking. What's new?
Prepare to pay for your crimes.
Because yeah, that's good for diplomacy.
They're taking control.
Vulcan as a motherfucker. Send a squad to kill the Federation vermin.
Humanoids are the same.
chaotic, irrational, peaceful then not.
Decloaking?
Well, fuck.
You don't understand how dangerous they are. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper.